Kyle Parker. Thank you very much for the incredibly kind $50 donation. My goodness. Hey Vosh, hope you're doing well. How do you think Izuku from My Hero Academia could be a better protag? Love your media, takes no irony. I wish I could be more helpful, but I haven't watched My Hero Academia in a long time. My issues with My Hero Academia aren't really about Izuku. You know, there's a lot of issues. The complaints that I have made aren't really centered on him. Okay, I will say this though, because I'm currently rewatching Hunter x Hunter. One thing that I really like about Hunter x Hunter is the character Gon. You've all seen Gon before. Gon and Midoriya are very similar in a lot of ways, and not just because they're like both green or whatever. Here we go. Let's get a manga panel for once. This kid, and not just because they're both green coded. It's because both of them are like extremely. Oh my goodness, hold on. It's both of them are like, you know, doing the shonen protag, like extremely enthusiastic, over the top kind of thing. You know what I mean? The thing that I like about Gon, and the thing that gives Gon a lot of depth as a character, is the fact that he's kind of a psychopath. Multiple times in Hunter x Hunter, his earnestness is framed in a way that kind of underlines the fact that his enthusiasm and his energy are a kind of, I don't want to say they're like psychopathic or psychotic or whatever, but there's a lot of depth underlying his general kind of like stupid, cheery shonen protag energy. You know, there's a lot to that. Midoriya is nowhere near as like doggedly, persistently cheery, because he's a lot more like, I don't know, anxious and kind of neurotic. But I think that it would be cool if I think it'd be cool if there was a little bit more depth to his shit, basically, because it seems like a lot of his burden, or like his entire burden, is, can I be like, am I worthy of being an inheritor of All Might's power, of, you know, one for all or whatever? And that's fine. You know, that's fine, I guess, as an element, but it feels like it's so consistently like the only thing, and it never really impedes his character, you know? I'm overstating a little bit. He does have setbacks, but it feels like time and time again, in spite of all of his moping and whining and crying and feeling bad for himself or whatever, you know, he moves in the correct direction pretty consistently, and it feels like his moping is just that. It's moping. Like, it doesn't, like, his worry that he's not a good inheritor of the power doesn't lead to any subsequent conflict, because being insecure about whether or not you're worthy of a power isn't really interesting enough on its own unless that insecurity sort of creates other issues or character flaws. Does that make sense? Like, insecurity on its own is not an interesting conflict driver unless it produces other issues, like insecurity leading you to, like, I don't know, think you would underperform when you otherwise would be really useful, so you don't go along on a mission and other people get hurt because you felt that you were going to just get in their way, but in actuality you would have been like really helpful. Stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe, I guess I just get like, a lot of his energy just gives me the feeling that he was written to be like a goody two-shoes cinnamon roll, you know? He's cute, he's nice, he's super friendly, he's like really like honorable and chivalrous, but he also cries a lot, so you always feel bad for him. And it's like, okay, I get it, you know, I feel like he's been manufactured to make him to be made likable. Whereas Gon, who is really likable, is also like kind of psychotic, you know? Like he's a little crazy. You guys know what I'm on about, right? Well, if anyone's seen Hunter x Hunter, I guess. There are so many points in the show where Gon should like back down and he doesn't, and rather than the show going like, look at how earnest and straightforward and heartfelt he is, the show's tone is like, wow, this kid's kind of crazy. Like, if you're like, if behaving this way is like not just a cool earnest thing, like we're worried about you, Gon, you know, we're concerned. Like the Hunter test? Well, not to spoil anything, but we just watched a portion in the anime where Gon and his friends were up against an insanely powerful enemy, far stronger than them, and Gon was actively making the fight harder by refusing to win on terms that he felt were cheating. They were playing a literal, like, game, not a fight, but an actual game, and Gon had an opportunity to clearly win, and he denied it, even at the potential expense of his life and the life of his friends, because it wouldn't have been like the right way to win. And it's framed correctly as a kind of psycho thing to do. So I like that. Because in that case, it's not, in that case, you have a character trait, him being incredibly determined, becoming a character flaw in specific instances where it contradicts what, you know, the rational course of action might be. And it's not always framed in this like heroic, oh, he's always going to win the day kind of way, you know? Sounds like some dumb Goku shit. No, I can't abide that. Dragon Ball Z is mid. Hunter x Hunter is not. Goku will just do like, oh, whatever, let's fight. You know, Gon, the way it's framed for Gon. Okay, I will say this. Dragon Ball Z would be a lot better if everyone correctly regarded Goku as just as much of a psychopath as Vegeta. Seriously. Gon like, there were multiple times in the Cell saga, healing Cell before fighting Gohan, like, oh, there you go, now you can have a fair fight. Like, he literally just gambled the planet, the entire planet, on like, yeah, my kid, like, that is not, oh, that's not okay. But because it's Dragon Ball Z, it's just people going like, what? And it's like, oh, wacky Goku and his wacky antics, trying to get a fight at everyone, you know? I don't think, yeah, but that's the tone they go for. It's Dragon Ball Z, whereas Hunter x Hunter is quite a bit more serious, you know? Dragon Ball Z is pure power fantasy. Hunter x Hunter is the consequence of power fantasy. Yeah, I think I agree, yeah. Yeah, Olmstead, for sure. And refusing to win the wrong way was causing excruciating pain to his best friend. Deku would never hurt his friends. Gon does because he's psychotic. Yeah, Gon was literally told. Gon was directly told, hey, the way you want to win this fight is causing unimaginable suffering to your best friend. And Gon said, fully, with no hesitation, that's fine, I know he can take it. And then he just continued. Like, Gon, you could win this fight in a way that wouldn't cause unimaginable suffering to your best friend. And Gon, without consulting his friend, was like, you know, sorry, I don't know, I'm not feeling it. I feel like we're actually going to keep doing what we're doing, thank you. Great character. Killua was also fine with it, though, to be fair. Yeah, but Killua is also constantly framed as a psychopath. I think that you know, their relationship is healthy because they're both equally psychotic, is the thing, you know? Which fight is this? Dodgeball. Please stop talking anime. F off.